My name is Lalit Kundani. I'm a partner at Kundani and Chang. I grew up in Los Angeles, went to school here at UCLA, majored in political science, met my wife, and then after that I graduated and went to UC Berkeley for law school. I spent 3 years up in Berkeley, and after that came back down to Los Angeles where I began working. I've done a few things as far as my career as a lawyer, which has now been about 12 years. I first started working at a large corporate firm in Century City. There we handled clients with large net worth, as well as major businesses and corporations, banks and financial institutions. After that, I had decided that I wanted to actually go and be in the inside of a courtroom and do trials. And so it was one of the most difficult things I did was leave my job to go work for a job that was much less paying, but much more fulfilling in many ways. And that was my time at the district attorney's office. I was a prosecutor in Los Angeles County. And it was some of the best years of my life, some of probably the most fulfilling as far as professional accomplishments and experiences and the camaraderie you build there. I was a DA for about 6.5 years, and after that I went back into private practice and I worked at a plaintiff's law firm where we represented victims of catastrophic injuries and death. And I did that for a few years before starting my own practice with my partner Adam, who I actually met at the district attorney's office and who I got to know very well. We've been in practice since 2014 as our own law firm, and most of what I do now is helping families do their estate planning. Part of being the estate planning lawyer is that I wanted to do things differently, and one of the reasons I wanted to do things differently was because I had seen really bad estate plans in my own family. Many years ago, before I was even a lawyer, my father did an estate plan. And when I became a lawyer and I actually saw his estate plan and his trust that the lawyer did for him, I was shocked to see how many things were not done correctly, how much information was not given to my father about things that still needed to be done. There was no conversation about funding. There was no conversation about trust administration. It was a simple, quick transaction where my dad paid a few $100s and ended up getting what he paid for, which was just a few documents that weren't even complete. And I thought it would be something more like malpractice at that point. And what I started to learn was that more and more estate planning attorneys were like that. Their entire practice was built on the premise that they meet their clients, they quickly spit out some documents, they have their client sign those documents, and then they call that estate planning. There was no conversation about what to do, how to move your assets into the trust, which is the most important part about estate planning. And my dad didn't do that because he wasn't told to do that. He didn't know what that even was. And so when we formed our practice, because estate planning is something that each and every person needs to do, whether you're a parent like me, where I have 2 small children, or whether you are a new homeowner, or whether you are elderly, or whether you just got married, everybody needs an estate plan. And as an attorney, I am in a position to do that. I'm in a position to help people do it, but do it the right way, the way that it should be done. And it's not going to cost an arm and a leg, and it shouldn't do that. It shouldn't be that way. It should be something that every family can afford and every family can do the right way to ensure that when something tragic happens, that things can be done the right way. One of the things that I saw as a plaintiff's attorney and as a DA is that tragedy can happen in every way, shape, or form. It can come by way of an accident, it can come by something that's predicted, and it can be something completely unpredicted. We never know what will happen. But what we can do is for our loved ones is create a plan, be proactive, do it now, so that if, God forbid, something does happen, our family doesn't have to suffer. Our assets don't have to disappear. Our children are in the custody of the people we want them to be in. I would want that for my family, I would want that for my friends, and I would want that for anybody who says to me, hey, I need an estate plan.